Hi there, it's Tim with Far North Magic. Today I just wanted to take a look at the Winter Super Drop for 2023 and see, are there drops that are worth it to buy? Is it worth it to buy bundle? I'd like to know in the comments what your plan of attack for this Super Drop is. Are you buying bundle? Are you buying just a drop? Are you waiting for some of the singles to hit the market? And kind of try and find out what people are thinking for this and go from there. So this super drop is a bit smaller than I was expecting. It's got 7 different drops, 6 that have both foil and non-foil, and 1 that is in the step and complete foil. This set of drops has a bigger sell window than the past drops. The past drops were about a month. The last little while, and this one seems to be about 2 months. So that's kind of interesting to see that they got a bigger window for this batch. And I wonder if that will lead to either more sales or just people like kind of forgetting about it. Like, I know a lot of the time I kind of forget about them, even at a month. So, like, I don't think 2 months is going to make me want to FOMO into them any more than what I would be anyways. It'll be interesting to see when people, the first people that order get their drops, to see what the bonus cards are, I guess, as a plus for that. But not really sure why they made the window bigger. Because I wouldn't think that would help sales that much, but maybe it will. This group of secret lairs goes back to having a bundle discount instead of just a promo card, like the last batch had the Scarab God as a promo if you met a certain purchase threshold. So I think it was every $200 you got a Scarab God, which is probably a better deal for Wizards than giving like $70 off the everything bundle. So for the bundles, the discounts are very close to the same. It's almost 15% for the smallest discount and just over 15% for the everything bundle. So there isn't like, if you buy the everything bundle, you're saving like a mega amount more, but still probably better in the end than like just. But the other thing I find interesting with this batch of drops is that there isn't any basic lands. I really suspected that there would be like another version of Phyrexianized basic lands, but maybe they'll do that for the next group. I don't know. Okay, so the first secret lair is the showcase step. All is one. All will be one. Step and complete. This one only comes in foil, and this one is the outlier, being the $49.99 lair. So it seems like a lot of the time when they do the showcase version of the special treatment, it usually ends up being that more, like $10 or $20 more expensive. And this one's no different. It will be interesting to see when I get a step and complete foil in hand, how, like, if I like the foiling or not. But they did pick some good cards for this Secret Lair with starting off with Phyrexian Unlife. It has one printing from New Phyrexia. It's about 312 for non-foil and 1568 for foil. So for the prices that I looked at just the market price on TCG Player, just so it be consistent. I don't know if that system can get gamed. It probably is either a slightly higher price or slightly lagging, but I figure it's a safe kind of price that isn't as gamed as bad as like the average or something, because that could be super gamed. Phyrexian Crusader, which only has one printing from Mirrodin Besieged. The regular's 1512, and then the foil's 5657. Plague Engineer, $9 for regular, $2.65 for foil. It has the Horizon 1 and then Horizons 2 retros. Urtai the Corrupted, $1.19 for regular, $106 for foil. It has Plane Shift and Mystery Booster, so like that one has a really outlandish foil just because it's an old border rare foil. And then Glissa the Trader, $3.42, and then for regular, $3.15 for foil. So it's got a suppressed foil because it had like a pre-release foil when they didn't have all different pre-release rares, and then it also had the From the Vault lore. So the foil is really out there at 184. So foil would, get the foil, get it, because like the foils are super expensive, but like the three foils that are worth anything are scarcity plays because they're single foils. So like they're not going to hold that same price. So I think it will be interesting to see how this one fares, because I think it really depends if you like the foiling, and hopefully there isn't quality control issues with the print lines being an issue for that foiling, like some people have complained about. Next up is the Phyrexian Faves. These are in Phyrexian text. It's 5 cards. Starting off with with Blighted Agent. It has a new Phyrexia print and a Mystery Booster foil. Being just under $1 for the non-foil and $2.60 for the foil. Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. It's about $9.66 for non-foil, $18.56 for foil. It's got Commander 19, the List, Judge promo, and a Secret Lair print. Glistener Elf at 91 cents non-foil, $8.91 foil. Only new Phyrexia and a Friday Night Magic promo. Batterskull at $4.39 regular, $7.14 foil. It had 4 printing. Well, basically 4 printings. New Phyrexia List, GP promo, and Double Masters. It also had a topper. Inkmoth Nexus at $32.55 for non-foil, $50.42 for foil. New Mirrodin Besieged, WMCQ foil promo, and a Secret Lair from the Tattoo. So that one's got decent value in non-foil and foil at $48 and change for the non-foil, and then $87 for the foil. So I think that one's definitely got support in that a lot of the cards have got printed already a bunch of times. Although, like, something like Crix on a Yawgmoth, if they keep hitting it, which like they've hit it like rapid fire, I don't think it will hold up. Next up is Draw Your Hand. It's got a 4-card lair at with Eldrazi Conscription, with Rise of the Eldrazi and Ultimate Masters being the prints. 1683 for non-foil, 2195 for foil. Deafening Silence is the second card in it, with 137 for non-foil, 435 for foil. It was only in Throne. Counterbalance, which was only in Cold Snap and an Invocation. 2986 for foil, for non-foil, 9151 for foil. Being the Invocation being the cheapest foil. So then Bruna Light Alabaster, it was in Avacyn and Commander 18. So it's only got one foil, and like the regular's 43 cents and the foil's 45 and change. So the foils are very distorted in this one, being that they're low supply foils for the most part, and there's some decent value in the non-foil, and I think the foil might not do too bad, because like it would provide hopefully an affordable counterbalance and a more affordable Bruna. So like maybe they'd be in like the like 33 to 50% range of like the next cheapest foil. So like that might still be a good spot to be if you like the art. Like I'm not a super big fan of the art myself, but that's just how it is, I guess. Next up is Snakes. We got Hex Drinker at 502 and 2775. It only had one printing in Modern Horizons 1. Lotus Cobra, which had Zendikar, Iconic Masters, Zenland Rising, and a GP promo. It's really cheap at $1.43 and $2.54. I didn't think it would be. Well, I guess I remember it would be that cheap, but it seems cheaper than I would have suspected. Shishiro the Anointed. The list version of this crushed the non-foil, being 91 cents and 32.44 for the foil. It only had a Champions of Kamigawa foil. Icefang Kotal, being only Horizons 1 Retros, and the list. It's 237 for non-foil, 889 for foil. Stone Coil Serpent at 123 for non-foil, 213 for foil. It's only got Throne and a resale promo. It's going to be interesting if they do something with the art for this one, because there's a bit of controversy about the art, but we'll just have to see. Then we got the 90s Binder Experience. This is going to be one of those interesting layers that I think might do okay, just because it's kind of weird art, and I think it just might be one of those ones that kind of gets skipped by a lot of people. Like, I'm not really necessarily looking at getting this one, but I also think it might be one that does okay. Just because it's going to be one that like is kind of different. First up is Alms Collector, and it's $8.90. It was only in Commander 17. No foil for that one. Crested Sunmare at 516 and 972 for foil. It only has one foil from Our Devastation, and it was on the list. Goreclaw, Terror of Kalsisma. It was only in Core 2019 and Jumpstart 2022. The regular is about $3.39. The foil's $12.37. The big card in this one is the Ren and Siri Inseparable Core Set 21 as a buy box. And I think it had a slot in the, it could be in the collector packs. Non-foil 1772 and then 2093 for foil. Exotic Orchard 20 cents for non-foil, 61.68 for foil. I couldn't find a foil price for the Warhammer Surge foil, so I just took the I think there was a Conflux foil, not a Conflux, Conspiracy foil, because it only had 2 foils, but it's got like so many different commander prints, and it's sometimes like a multiple in the commander set. So the regular's worth like nothing, and I think that might be a foil that is gonna hold up. Not $60 hold up, but I could see it being like a $15-$20 foil. Just because like it's very heavily played, even though I don't use it at all. But maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Next up is City Styles. So we got 5-card lair with Sakashima the Imposter. I really didn't think this card would drop so far, but 461 for regular and 139.99 for foil. It only had the 1 foil and saviors. All the foils and saviors, if it's a playable card, are insane. It just had a mystery booster as the only other printing, so like I didn't think it had got crushed so bad, because last time I looked it was still like $12. Massacre Girl, it was only in War of the Spark, but it was in a couple of the pre-constructed, like in a Challenger deck, I think. So it had extra copies out there, and regular 45 cents, foil 306. Azusa Lost But Seeking, 859 non-foil, 991 foil. It has 4 printings with Champions of Kamigawa, Masters 25, Core 21, and another promo version of it. I think this one might do okay because the art is pretty cool. But they really got to give her a break, I think. Getting there to the point where, well, I guess if they want it to be cheap, it's getting there. Taste Karloff with 417 for non-foil, 1373 for foil. It was only in Ravnica Allegiance. Paradise Mantle. I forgot that this was only a 2-print card with Fifth Dawn and Masters 2013. 618 for foil. For non-foil, 1815 for foil. Just under the bar for the value for non-foil at $24, and then $184.84 for foil, propped up mainly because of the low supply for the Sakashima. So definitely don't think it's going to be $140 for the Sakashima foil. I think it could be probably like a solid like $15-$20 maybe. Probably same with the Azusa, like those two could be like $10 to $20, and then the others just kind of like make up a difference, and it'd be a little higher than the foil price, but I don't see it being no like $184. Up last is the Artist Series Sam Burley. 4-card lair. First up is Braid of Fire. 1167 for non-foil and 970 for foil. It has a Cold Snap printing and the Mystery Booster retail for, foil, being the reason why the foil's so cheap. Koth of the Hammer, regular 408. Foil is kind of suppressed because the cheapest foil is the dual deck foil at $3.48. Master of the Wild Hunt, 83 cents. Then $15.18 for foil. It got hit with Jumpstart 2022. And it's also in Anniversary 25, Mystery, and Core 2010. So it's only got 2 foils, so that's why the foils are a bit crazy for a multiplier. And then Karthus Tyrant Adjunt, $4.79 for non-foil, $6.58 for foil. It had Alara Reborn, Mystery Booster, and Masters 2020, Double Masters 2020. So it doesn't make it on the value-wise for foil or non-foil. So it'll be interesting to see. I think that it might not do too badly if people like the art. For me, it's going to be a pass. For me, I would consider the City Styles in foil, just because it would be an affordable Sakushima foil if I want to get a foil Sakushima. I don't know. I'm almost considering the 90s binder experience just because it is kind of silly. And it's kind of there for value. Snakes, I am skipping. Just because it's not something I'm looking at. The Draw Your Hand, I think, is one that I'm going to consider. But I also kind of don't like how they look. So I think I'll probably pass on that one. The Phyrexian Faves, I'm probably going to, because there is value there. And they are playable cards. I know what they do. And I think I'll just have to see if they are cards I am looking to get. And then the Step Incomplete ones, I think I have to wait to see if I like the foiling on the cards from Phyrexia All Is One. And then I can kind of make a decision on if I want to look at that. So overall, I'm not looking at the bundle. I do like the fact that the bundle is not weighed down by mega amounts of basic lands, but I think I'm definitely going to just pick a couple layers if I decide to do that even. So again, what are your thoughts on the batch of secret layers for the winter super drop? Are you getting any layers? Are you getting the bundles? Are you just buying some singles? Are you waiting? Are you rushing in right now to get some secret layers and then try and flip them? I'd like to know in the comments, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.